100 million years ago, a sea snail made a decision that would change everything. It looked at its shell, that heavy, energy-draining, mobility-killing shell, and essentially said, "You know what? I'm done with this." And then things got really very interesting. Meet Chromodorus wani, electric blue, almost glowing, and Nimrotha kubarana, the variable neon slug, lit up like a sign. There's Phylemium longorum, which looks so much like soft coral you'd swim right past it. Flabellina iodinea, nicknamed the Spanish shawl, blazing like an underwater flame. And then there's Glaucus atlanticus, the blue dragon, which floats on the ocean surface, looking so unreal, so impossibly beautiful, that the first time most people see a photo of it, they think it's fake. These are nudibranchs, and I haven't even shown you the weird part yet. Soft-bodied sea slugs, no shell, no armor, over 3,000 known species, with thousands more still hiding in the deep. They live everywhere, poles to tropics, shallow reefs to the dark ocean floor. They range from 4 millimeters, smaller than your fingernail, all the way to 600 millimeters, like the Spanish dancer, which can undulate through the water like a living ribbon. Their frilly appendages aren't just decoration. They're used for breathing, digesting, and, here's the part that should make you a little nervous, defense. Now, how dangerous are we talking? As dangerous as a jellyfish sting. Not similar to a jellyfish sting, not inspired by one, it literally is a jellyfish sting. Some nudibranchs eat creatures like jellyfish and sea anemones, animals with stinging cells powerful enough to ruin your whole day. And these little slugs eat them, keep the stinging cells, move them through their own bodies, store them at the tips of their appendages, and then fire them as their own defense. Scientists still don't fully understand how they pull this off. The slugs figured it out long before we did. But before we get deeper into that, how did losing a shell lead to all of this? Simple. Shells are expensive. Building one takes serious energy. Secreting calcium carbonate, hauling it everywhere, maintaining it your whole life. It's like paying rent on a house you can never leave. Once nudibranchs developed chemical defenses, the shell became pointless, dead weight, literally. Drop the shell, gain freedom, move faster, explore more, fit into new environments. Evolution said yes immediately. And the baby nudibranchs are actually born with shells, a perfectly coiled little snail shell, just like any ordinary mollusk. But when they settle to the ocean floor, they crawl out of it and never look back. Born with something, choose to leave it behind. Honestly, a bit poetic. Now, back to those stolen weapons. The nudibranchs that do this are called aelid nudibranchs, the ones covered in bushy, finger-like appendages called serrata. They hunt jellyfish and anemones, and the encounter is not exactly relaxed. Sometimes it looks like the nudibranch goes in for a quick strike, but it's actually the anemone snapping shut, sucking the nudibranch's head right into its tube, a full squishy battle royale. But assuming the nudibranch wins, and they usually do, the less mature stinging cells from the meal get transported up through the digestive system to a special storage sac at the tips of the serrata. There, somehow, those cells continued to mature, and the nudibranch fires them on demand. The blue sea dragon takes this to another level entirely. It specifically targets the Portuguese man of war, one of the most venomous creatures in the ocean, and steals its sting. Small animal, enormous confidence. Other nudibranchs skip the theft entirely and just make their own chemical defenses. The lion's mane nudibranch synthesizes its own unpalatable compounds. The yellow-edged Catlina produces a particularly potent one called puccolide. Different approaches, same result. Nobody eats them. And once you have chemical defenses, you want predators to know about them. So nudibranchs evolved some of the most striking colors in the animal kingdom. This is called aposmatism, a bright, honest warning that says eating me is a mistake you will remember, and it works almost perfectly. Researchers tested this by tossing nudibranchs into the water near fish. A fish would grab one, immediately spit it out, and spend the next few seconds looking genuinely miserable, gills flaring, clearly unhappy. And for the next 2 weeks, that same fish wouldn't touch another nudibranch, even when it was visibly hungry. One bad experience, lesson learned forever. And some species went the opposite direction entirely. Rather than screaming, "Stay away," in neon colors, they evolved to look exactly like the prey they feed on. Phylodesmidium sea slugs mimic the soft coral they eat so perfectly, their serrata look just like coral tentacles, hiding in plain sight. Now, mating, which is genuinely the most fair system in nature. Nudibranchs are hermaphrodites. Every individual has both male and female reproductive parts, so when two meet, both can be apparent. Any two individuals can reproduce with each other. Dr. Terry Gosliner at the California Academy of Sciences described it best. It's like a drawer full of socks that are all one color. Any two will make a pair. Both partners mate simultaneously. Both leave pregnant. Both later lay their own eggs, often coiled in delicate spirals that look like tiny underwater lace. Some species lay just 1 or 2 eggs. Others lay up to 25 million. Right now, scientists estimate there could be 10,000 to 15,000 nudibranch species in total, most still undiscovered. During one recent workshop in the Philippines, Dr. Gosliner's team found 17 brand new species in reefs he had been diving for 30 years. They're everywhere, and we're still just meeting them. Beyond their beauty, nudibranchs are indicators of healthy ecosystems. Where there are many nudibranchs, the ecosystem is thriving, and certain species produce compounds being studied for real medical use. One related sea slug has compounds that inhibit HIV replication. But honestly, sometimes a creature doesn't need to cure a disease to matter. Sometimes it's enough that it exists, quietly moving along the ocean floor, looking extraordinary, completely unaware of how remarkable it is. The result of 100 million years of evolution, of trial, error, and survival. And somewhere out there, right now, thousands of species we haven't even named yet are doing exactly that. Not bad for a snail that ditched its shell.